Put your red shirt on and a brown coat too. Everybody's joining the crew. We got just one ring, let we rule them all. Hope you remember your thoughts. Get your Ulu fingers and your middle guns. A sonic screwdriver or a sword plus one. Usually when steel it will get you to come. To the pit tank. To the pit tank. The Rocky Mountain pit tank.
Hi, I'm Guy,
Hi, I'm Troy,
Hi, I'm Alex.
and this is Geek Tank.
your 35% off size podcast.
I
Because
think I
it's
might have
cyber.
accidentally deafened Alex, and I didn't mean to.
No. He needs
Alex was
a
like,
hearing.
"Oh God, what the hell is going on?"
You can buy some new ears for cheap until like midnight. Since they're doing
That was
all
fine. I didn't
Okay.
hear anything weird.
Are we at Cyber Monday? Is that what we're doing now?
Yeah, you don't keep track of any of that, do you?
Should I?
It depends on if you like saving money. Oh.
I actually am at the point where I don't spend money, so there's that.
Yeah, if you don't spend anything, then it doesn't matter how good of a deal something is.
Right.
Like Nick wants a drawing tablet, and the ones I'm finding are like instead of $300 or $200, which is significantly lower. So
Highly recommend the XP pen. I've got a 22E. It's one of my favorites.
XP Pen is the brand we were looking at. I don't remember which one it was though. And they can run Adobe on them, I assume.
It's a monitor.
Oh, he doesn't do the. He can't look up here and draw down here. He has to.
No, it's a monitor. It's a monitor tablet. So it's a tablet monitor, but it's a monitor. So you plug it into a USB port and you plug it into an HDMI port. In other words, you still have to have a box.
Oh, okay. So it on its own doesn't let you draw.
Those are markedly more expensive. You can
might
get
be the
those.
one I was looking at then. I don't know. Let me see here.
Yeah, this XP pen was probably $400 brand new. 4 years ago. So that's the average you'll find for the one that's a monitor that you just plug into your, like, I don't know if you've seen my setup. You've seen my setup, yeah? I've got 2 monitors up here and 1 monitor down here on the table. The monitor on the table you can take a pen to and write on it.
Sure, and you can't take it anywhere without a computer with you.
Nope. It is my third monitor on this PC.
Oops. Cancel computer. That again? I have the same problem Guy has.
Order $1,000 monitor.
I have mine set up not to do that. It doesn't have my credit card number. It'd be like, how do you want to pay for that?
Credit card information found through metadata. Ordering now.
So is there a special term used for ones that can function on their own? So you could sit at school and still draw without it being hooked up to a computer?
Yeah, they're called tablets.
That's the only thing that does that?
Yeah, I mean, that's what the tablet is. So, like...
Well, maybe that is because I looked at... Because the search I did was called drawing tablet. Mm-hmm. So maybe that's...
Yeah, but you want it to have... You'll see it. It's obvious. It'll say processor. My XP pen has no processor or memory in it.
Okay, so that's the thing that's...
Yeah, because it's just a monitor. It's a monitor that has a touch screen, which isn't a touch screen. For this one, it's not a touch screen, which is why I wanted it. Because otherwise, I have a bad habit of resting my hand while drawing, and I end up lifting my hand up and then pushing every button right here. And so I hate that. Yeah, so if it's got a processor and memory, then it's a tablet that you can pick up and take with you. Kayan, one of my art buddies, has one right now that does just that. So he plugs it in, and once he docks it, it becomes his third monitor. Once he undocks it, it switches to an Android OS and becomes its own little universe and lives by itself, and he can take it places. But it's a Cintiq, which cost him an arm and a leg, and that was used. So... They're expensive.
Because he doesn't need one that can play games and actually do it, like run Adobe Photoshop, or not Photoshop, Adobe Premiere, and actually run videos and stuff. So
right.
But he needs one that he can draw on and not have to have it hooked up to a computer.
Right.
So, yeah, drawing tablet with screen. See, I said computer again. I'm gonna have to call it a toe crump.
Toe crump.
Yep.
We say PCs now. It's actually Brent's idea.
PCs.
Brent has actually successfully trained me to say PC.
Good job, Brent.
Brent does work.
PC. Speaking of PC, I can't remember. I bet if I go on Spotify over here, I can find it. I was listening to a podcast. I like to randomly grab Dungeons and Dragons podcasts and listen to them and give them a try. Because every now and then find one that like gives me some cool ideas. One I just grabbed and was listening to today. I shouldn't be surprised. I just every time like the worst of humanity comes out, it stuns me for a moment, and I'm like, oh yeah, humanity sucks. But the amount of outcry against Dungeons and Dragons when Wizards of the Coast released a letter saying that they wish to be more inclusive in their environment and are going to make changes from the original lore and wording of stuff in D&D, like drow, making it so not all drow are evil, kind of thing.
Right. That makes some sense.
And then if you look at it, it's pretty easy to see that they were being really racist when they came up with the drow concept. Or I could see how it can be taken that way when you're saying all of these black-skinned elves, they're all evil. All of them? Yes, every single one of them. They're evil. They'll steal you. They'll steal your baby. They'll cut your throat. Blah blah blah.
They probably also don't bathe. Just saying.
And then I guess the Curse of Strahd campaign has like some hardcore gypsy stereotypes. I shouldn't use the word gypsy. I'm just using it to emphasize the way they do the stereotype. The Romanis, where it's the entire class is superstitious, cast curses and hexes, and are always drunk and steal your money and want to fight you. And that's so they're like it's obvious who they're referring to in it. So they want to change that. I'm like, I get them wanting to do that. I'm not in the category of people who saw it as offensive because I'm not the one being offended, but I can empathize and want to give the power to those that would be offended by it to help make that decision. Is that too weird?
No, it makes sense.
Yes.
You mean thinking about people who aren't you?
Yes, people who aren't me. I know that's weird, isn't it?
So weird.
Yeah, it's but yeah, it's they were playing clips of idiots ranting about how horrible it is that their game is being destroyed and they're destroying the history of the D&D lore by doing stuff like this. And
that's right, because they went back and rounded up all those books that nobody wants anymore and burned them.
Right, and erased everyone's memory of it.
They'll edit your memories soon.
But yeah, each one of them is like, I don't want to play at your table. You sound like a horrible person. But
darn.
But yeah, using the PC term reminded me because they were pointing out things that the patterns that they see in people who go on these rants about how they like to try to turn around the term of like wokeness and social justice warrior and weaponize it and make it a bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I mean, I kind of get the I don't know. My whole thought is if woke is like means that you're actually looking for equality, then I'll be woke. I'm good with that.
All right, I give credit now. It was called Dungeon Masters of None, and it was episode 244, Reaction Part 3. I skipped the other one, so I don't know what Part 1 and Part 2 was. It's just because when I'm driving, I'm just like I say play random D&D podcast, and it. Any case, but Cyber Monday, see, to bring it back around,
Cyber
Dandy,
Monday.
I was able to get those really awesome miniature thingies for half off at Enchanted Grounds because of Black Friday, not Cyber Monday. But speaking of terms that we should probably change, Black Friday maybe, or maybe just get rid of it. But I know that'll never happen because there's too much money involved in it.
Right.
And
yeah, I mean, it's like there's. I mean, it's not a necessarily racist term, but just the fact that it's like Black Friday for the poor people working retail.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's one of my big things is I'm not going out on Black Friday because I don't want to encourage I don't want to encourage the retail sludge.
I don't think it needs any encouragement. It's there. And it's the way that it was taken care of for a while was, of course, the pandemic. Shut that down.
That worked.
Retail places suffered, quote unquote. Yeah, one of the weirdest experiences I had, it was like 5 or 6 years ago. I randomly decided to go out to Target at like prime time on a Black Friday. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to drive by. If it's insane, I'm just going to keep going. I'm not even going to stop. Parking lot was like half empty. So I parked and went in. It was like less people there than on a regular day. I'm like, looked at my watch, looked at my phone, so I don't have a watch. I'm like, this is Black Friday, right? Yeah, it is. What the hell's going on here? Or I wander around. Oh, look, all these DVDs are like 75% off. I'll pick up a few of these. This and go up. Nobody in the like one of the lanes at checkout. Just go straight through checkout and out. And it's like, how did this happen? And
did everybody just sort of get there at opening and already vent their spleen?
I guess so. I would have
asked.
I didn't care. I was just in and out. But yeah, usually it's the doorbuster thing. I remember one of my routines I would do because Tara and I used to go visit her parents on Thanksgiving, and a lot of the Prime deals were at like 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning. And most normal people are like, "Oh God, that is ridiculous." I'm like, "Yeah, I'll still be awake. You want me to go?" So I had fun doing that because being a night owl, I don't mind going out and drinking delicious coffee while standing in line waiting for the random stuff that I've been sent out for by the in-laws. And it makes me look all cool because I took one for the team, which...
You took one for the team, man.
What was the best Black Friday deal I got twice? GameStop of all places did a deal where you could get an Xbox 360 for $70 along with a rebate card to get $70 back. And I'm like, okay, what's the catch? You have to wait a month for the credit card with $70 to come to you in the mail. I'm like, free Xbox 360. Okay, I'll do that. So I've done that twice now because they've done the deal twice in a row.
That's pretty funny.
But so that's one of my favorite systems.
And you've done it twice and you've still not detected a catch?
There is no catch. I mean, I've gotten 7. What it is I guess they want to move them, and maybe the turnaround time of the 1 month they earn some interest on it. I don't know, but I get $70 back and I spend $70. I obviously spend a little more because of tax. I don't get the tax back, so the city's getting like $5 or something. But yeah, when I saw that, I showed it to Tara. I'm like, "Is this right?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "It's my favorite system," and I have no idea how many downloaded Rock Band and Guitar Hero songs for Xbox 360, and if I don't have one of those systems, I can't do it. Not everyone does the rebate card. Yeah, this was a specific rebate card for used, refurbished 360s because they're not making new 360s as far as I know. But I've always been 2 to 3 generations behind whatever systems are running. What are they up to on PlayStation now? 6?
5.
5?
Yes, 5.
No, I think it's just 5, yeah.
Okay. I've got 3's the highest I have on that. Well, since Black Friday is not Black Friday, there's Small Business Saturday when you're supposed to go to the local small businesses and buy stuff.
Now, see, that I can get behind.
And so I didn't see anything posted by our favorite place, Black and Red, but I know that they sometimes will do like special stuff on those days.
Black and Red was doing something for the Q bar that was in Colorado Springs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they were
And I
probably
can't
doing
remember what it was, but yeah,
it was probably 20% of your purchase goes to the charity or something like that.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Which was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't remember what it was. Can't remember the instruction behind it.
Yeah, that's whole. Yeah,
that's a whole
other mess of a topic that.
Didn't we get into that last?
I think so, because it's hard to avoid.
Yeah, I feel like we got into that one.
Between then and now, there was yet not here in Colorado. There's yet another situation where somebody went nuts with a gun and did stuff that I prefer. People who do that kind of stuff don't have such easy access to guns, but we already covered that last show too. So since you don't do the Cyber Monday, Small Business Saturday, Black Friday stuff, are there any kind of annual or more routine deal type things that you guys try to hunt down, or is it just random?
For me, I just wait for a good deal. Like there are times, but I've also noticed that, this family is still driven by when we have money and when we don't. Mm-hmm. And so like we'll see a thing and I'll be like, oh man, that thing's on sale and it's, only $25, but we are so low on money right now that that's a meal. So we sort of have to bypass it, and then it goes back up to $150 when we finally have money, and that's extremely frustrating. That's generally what happens though with us. So I don't know. I mean, that's kind of a thing. So for me, I just kind of feel like that's where we go. What about you guys? What about you, Alex?
I'm patient.
Talk about Black Friday and stuff.
Are you like any routine deals that you try to hunt down, and then like to get stuff cheaper than it normally is?
Not really. I don't care that much to wait generally.
Yeah, I think that's my advantage is patience.
I was gonna say, I believe that was Alex's for I'm impatient.
Yeah. I mean, if I want something when I want it for whatever reason, oh gee, I need this right now, or I can wait 4 months for Black Friday. But
yeah, you need it immediately
right now. So
that's fair.
I tried doing the coupon thing, but that didn't really work out too well because I don't have that type of executive functioning to sort through stuff and then remember to use it.
That I hear.
I've done coupons and yeah, I mean, and also, I mean, when it comes to like Black Friday and it comes to Cyber Monday and all that, I've actually like for years, I think B-Dan actually started this back in the Earth Dawn days. I no longer purchase things for myself in the couple months leading up to Christmas. Like it's yeah, I'll be like, I'll be there and I'll be doing my thing, and basically Mile High Cons is when the last time I like purchased something for myself, mm-hmm. and for the rest of the year. So I mean, I'll get myself eggnog and stuff, but I won't get myself any. Oh, this cool game is coming, or this CD, or this cool doodad. It's like, yeah.
We've gotten kind of to the point where it's targeted. Like we'd almost rather kind of suspend the the surprise a little bit in favor of not screwing up. You know, a lot of it is just that, you know, all three of us are really bad about the returns thing. So you mess up, you're stuck with it. Because we might or might not remember to do something about it and return it, you know, and then you end up stuck with it. So I don't know. It's kind of a thing.
Yeah, I wanted to say, and because I'm not a sports person, I don't remember the months that these happened, that you can get almost as good, if not sometimes better, deals on like televisions during the time leading up to like the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's so many sports fans out there. I say, ironically, wearing this Avalanche jersey, that that it's a good target audience for places that sell giant televisions to reduce their cost on them and move more of them.
And that
So
makes some sense. I mean, I get that.
So I think it's been a while since the last time we needed a television, but we didn't need it. Actually, I think it was luck because it happened to be the TV like just died, and it's one of those things where we weren't going to wait too long to replace it. And it happened to be that time of the year where they were on sale because of the Super Bowl type stuff. So that's when I was like, hey, people who need TVs should try to make sure your TV breaks during the time it's cheapest. That's it. Buy 3 or 4 and keep them stocked up in the back. You know, just put them one next to each other, and as it dies, just remove it and reveal the next one.
It's fair.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm always got that mind of looking for the. That's like one of those cases where the numbers actually stick and run through my brain when looking at stuff, and I guess that's why I because I'm always looking, I find the ridiculously good deals at places like Goodwill and stuff. What would be like, hey, look, here's this game that's normally $50 for $5, and open it up and go through and count all the pieces, and like, okay, I'm buying this one.
Well, and that's the other thing. I mean, that's what's so useful about, say, for example, Black and Red. Is you just go to the back, and sometimes you just, here's game. It's missing 2 pieces. That's all right. We'll draw them or something. You know what I mean?
Black and Red's consistently great with their prices on their used stuff, and they I would say they get monthly business from me, but I think if you were to average it out throughout the year, they get monthly business, because some years I'll go twice in a month and then not buy anything the next month. So I sponsor Black and Red.
Sponsor. I like the fact that we've done pretty good advertising for Black and Red.
I know.
You know who else we should do advertising for, though?
Our actual people that sponsor us. Yes.
I mean, I'm just kind of thinking that we should mention the Geek Tank is sponsored by Kieran Games, Geekway Homes, and your mom. We are a little early, but
he was taking the opportunity of the
segue.
Yeah,
it was a usual segue.
Just
I believe.
So it's a thing.
It's Hexicon's coming up here in a month and a bit. Yeah, January 13th, 2023. And usually you can find Kieran Games at Hexicon, so that's why I'm bringing that up. And they used to be a sponsor, so. And I would not be surprised if you don't find Geekway Homes at Hexicon.
I'm pretty sure Geekway Homes is going to be at Hexicon.
Yeah. Unless for some reason the guy who's running Hexicon and the guy who's running Geekway Homes have gotten into a fight and I don't know about it, then they might not be there. But I'm going to assume the positive and that they're still buddies. So.
Yeah, actually, no. As far as I know, they're still buddies.
As far as I know, we're still buddies, but I could be wrong.
But you could be wrong. Yeah. I mean,
you never know.
Anything could happen.
It's true.
I don't know. So, if my head opens up and UFOs fly out, you better be expecting it.
I always expect that. But you know what? No one expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Let's see. Oh, you know who another place that Luckily, they don't hit me as much as they hit my kids. But Steam, I know Steam was like rough on our friend B Dan. We mentioned him.
Oh man, Steam's pretty brutal all the time. I mean, I just noticed that Steam had a pretty good sale going for a lot of the games that I play.
Yeah, I've got a whole billion games on Steam, and then I actually wound up, and I got them all on sale, and then I wound up getting many of them that I could from on Steam get them over on sale on Good Old Games, because Good Old Games, their team actually makes sure that games will still run on modern systems, unlike Steam.
Right.
I was like, trying to play like the original Max Payne,
and it was like painful. Would you say?
I had to download some fan-made patches and put them in their correct directories to get the sound to work. And I'm like, what the F is this?
Why am I putting so much effort into this?
Like, is it 1998?
So this is a gripe of mine. I just realized, I mean, I don't play games that often, right? I play games probably once a month or so. And I'll have a game night where I just gear up the game or whatever. And I have noticed now that these huge, massive updates happen about once a month. And every time I want to play a game now, it's getting to the point where I'm spending 45 minutes to an hour waiting for it to download the newest patch. And it's remarkably frustrating to me because I did this last night. I was playing Knights of the Old Republic, and it took 45 minutes to patch up the game to start. And I just sat here for 45 minutes and realized that the last time I played No Man's Sky, same thing happened. I had to spend 45 minutes updating the game. And I'm realizing that if you're not an everyday gamer, if you're a casual gamer, they are slowly making it more and more difficult for us. I don't think it's intentional by any stretch.
No, I mean, there's games need updates to stay functional.
But they get so many updates so fast now.
Well, that's with the things like KOTOR, it's a little bit weird. They're probably going for stability. When it comes to, I mean, and that might be part of the whole. Make sure your game works on a modern system. Because KOTOR be old.
Yeah,
KOTOR be old. You can feel it.
But then we look at No Man's Sky. I mean, now correct me if I'm wrong. I don't play it, and I don't stay in the scene on that. But they're always adding new features for free.
Oh yeah, I'm not complaining about No Man's Sky at all.
You're complaining about the amount of time it takes you to do the downloads of the free stuff.
Yeah. The game itself, no arguments. I have bought a copy now for everybody in this family. I love No Man's Sky so much.
Yeah.
And I even intentionally bought the copies on non-sale days. So I spent full price for each one of them because I love that game. And they do. They update entire zones for free.
Yeah, so modern games take a lot of resources. And so when you're patching and adding to them, there's going to take a lot of bandwidth to do that.
Especially that's, I think, only online. It's not
actually. Speaking of games, this has inspired me to open up my Steam account because I downloaded. Hold on, what did I download? I downloaded Black Desert. I downloaded it. When did I download this?
Guy has that one. He used to play.
I downloaded it 7 months ago because I was told that Guy and Kevin play it. And I've never heard them talking about playing it, or anything of that nature.
If you
I
wish
am now
to play
going to uninstall it.
You can uninstall it, or you can tell us that you want to play Black Desert, and I'll play with you. If you do not wish to do that, that is totally fine.
He doesn't want to play once every blue moon, though. He wants a regular weekly.
Well, it's not as bad as like when, like I've had friends tell me, "Oh, we need to play Overwatch together," and I'm like, okay, it's on sale. It's only $30. I'm like, okay. So the free-to-play game you got me on Blizzard, you got me onto on Blizzard Heroes of the Storm. I play more than you and better than you at it, even though you got me into it. And now you want me to pay money to play a 6-person squad. Okay, well, if 2 of you aren't playing with me every night for an hour or two, I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to spend money to scrub out.
Fair.
And they're like, oh, and I'm like, are you gonna? Can you commit to playing with me that much? No, then I'm not buying it. Have fun being a scrub.
Yeah, I played Black Desert once, and I bought it because Guy and Kevin were playing it, and it was on sale for like $5 or $10. So I figured I knew, because I didn't think I was gonna like it, and I was right. But it was fun for what we did. Somewhere out there on Facebook, there is an episode of Geek Tank where we live played it, and I made a half-naked old man Logan type character. And
only half naked? I am disappointed.
They wouldn't let me go full naked. So but I kept playing. It's like, because I'm a new player, so I just wrote off my my inexperience with the game as senility for my character. How do you pick up a sword? Oh my god. Back in my day, swords swung themselves. I'm tired. I'm gonna
over it.
I seem to remember that also, entertainingly enough, it was like I was playing a witch, and this newbie kept trying to attack you by getting in the way.
And you were explaining to me, as long as I don't attack back, he can't do any damage to me.
Well, yeah. Well, but the problem is that he would jump in the way when Troy was doing an attack on a creature, so that he would be attacked, so that then he could attack Troy. That's, like,
it wasn't working very well. And then when
it didn't matter, because I had like a 5th level witch,
and Kevin, I'm like, had whatever he had. Yeah.
And I'm just like sitting there waiting for him to do this, and then I just zap him.
Because of course, Guy, Kevin, and I are all allied, so the moment he became my enemy, he became everybody's enemy.
Right? So I would just nail him.
Wow.
It was so bizarre. And he spent a good portion of time trying to do that.
Because I would see him.
To me, senpai.
It was so weird. But not only that, I mean, I've been playing for a long time, so for me, I was just like, look, really, don't do that. Here. These spells, I'll just zot you really good. And I'd knock him down, and he'd walk away. And then he'd come back and then try to get Troy to fight him again. I was like, what are you doing?
So sad.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of updates, Vampire Survivors has got a patch with 2 new achievements and a new challenge stage and a new secret. Cool. I'll play some of that later.
The question is, are you playing a survivor of a vampire attack, or are you a vampire who's also a survivor?
You play a character, and most of them are humans, and it's a modern roguelike, wherein even on a run you'll still get progression toward other runs. And the conceit of it is, if you're familiar with the term bullet hell, it is a bullet hell game where the point of it is for you to become the bullet hell against the swarms coming at you. And it has this wonderful 8-bit Castlevania inspired aesthetic. I bought it for $4, not even on sale. I bought it for $4. I got my money's worth the first night I played it. I've got like 90 hours into this fucking game right now. Our audience of one, if you've not played Vampire Survivors and that sounds anything remotely fun for you, buy it. It is good. So
yeah, they did a new update for that pirate game that my kids play. So they finally went back to it after all this time of me like bugging them. I'm like, I bought this game to play with you guys. When are you guys gonna play again? Well, we're playing this other game now, Grounded. Oh, we're back into Fortnite now. Oh, we're doing this other game. Like, you lazy kids. Finally they did that, so I got to play with them again, and we had a fun experience where we wanted to go to this island, but there was a boat there, and so we were doing some other stuff because we were like, well, they'll do their thing and they'll leave, and then we don't have to worry about fighting someone else. And they never left, so we're like, well, we're a bigger boat, let's go over and see what's going on, and rode up in the combat position.
You have a bigger boat?
The sharks are bigger than you. Oh. Well, actually, the sharks are no threat to your boat. The megalodons are. And the krakens.
So you sail on up.
So we sail on up in combat position, jump on, go over to the island, because you can hit a button to talk within range of other players that aren't on your team and communicate with them. They're like, "Hey, you need any help over here?" Fully expecting to have to like blow them up because we thought they were going to attack. And a guy came out, and he clearly was brand new because he's having trouble like moving and doing things. And we're like, he's like, "I'm just doing this one little mission here." We're like, "Okay, cool. Here's some crap. We're going to go away now. We're
Nice.
gonna get what we want, and we're going to leave." So it was actually a nice little interaction.
So nice.
Not one of those
Keeping the community
things.
going.
Yeah.
It happens every so often. There are some good things I've seen out there. I mean, I've seen some good stuff, and it's kind of, I don't know. It's what was that? I was trying to think of a moment where I have had a really interesting or nice interaction online with other gamers.
Yeah.
Because of course, all I can think of now is all the times that have been annoying.
Yeah, I speaking about getting back into a game, I don't know, a year or two ago, JD's and his kid were getting back into Team Fortress 2. So I got back into Team Fortress 2 for like 2 months. And I have honestly an embarrassing amount of time in Team Fortress 2. So I bombed back in to a game just to get my sea legs back and start dominating the game again. I'm like, yeah, still got it. But then I guess his kid got out of it, so because I never really saw them on after a couple months. I'm like, okay, I'm out. I mean, I got to blow the dust off of my favorite thing to say against rando jagoffs, and that's scoreboard. People like talking smack in Heroes of the Storm or Team Fortress 2, and at the end of the match, I'm just scoreboard. What do you got?
That's fair.
Let's see. What I was going to look up. You're talking about what? I forget. Oh well. Oh yeah, the Penny Arcade Greater Internet Fuckwad Theater. I was gonna put it into the. Here we go. I'm gonna put this link into the private chat. Y'all may share if you wish.
Private chat.
I think it's because it's going to cross over that PG line.
No, not that. I mean, yeah, it's named Fuckwad. I was going to say
yeah,
times, but like I can't post shit.
Oh, right.
I'm a junior partner.
What?
I keep drinking.
Because when
you can't present. You don't.
Oh, you want me to present? Oh, give me a second here.
No.
This reminds me of the old chat roulette days.
So above private chat, do you have a spot that just says comments?
Yes.
And when you click on it, there's not a little thing underneath where you can post a comment?
No, I can read comments.
Huh. I wonder.
Told you.
We're all like, wait, how did this happen?
That's because Guy and I don't know what the hell we're doing, apparently.
Yeah, it had. I mean, you know,
I get it.
Alex will take umbrage with it just because Alex is Alex, but you know, it's still Alex will take umbrage because Alex is Alex, but still.
I'm joking.
The reality is that we, of course, just have no idea what we're doing.
I'm joking about that. I joked. I jest. Yeah. And yet.
No band guest.
You will take umbrage with it because you are you.
Huh.
I got a right to be hostile. My people have been persecuted. And I bet that's a song neither of you have ever fucking heard.
Nope.
Oh my god. So fucking white.
What's the name of it?
I've been drinking.
Oh, okay.
That's the name of it? That's a stupid name.
I'm sure there's a country western song out there called I've Been Drinking.
It probably is.
I'm going through all the settings on here and I'm not seeing any setting that says like let your guest posts.
Prophets of Rage.
Weird. Yeah, I never heard that. It's a cool title.
That was Troy. Prophets of Rage was the theme song for Krathus Grand in our 8.5-year Earthdawn game.
Oh wow.
Totally what I was thinking.
Krathus was he wasn't in it for eight and a half years.
Krathis Grond was an NPC, or is an NPC in the setting, being an orc who is a quester of the passion of Locust, the passion of freedom and liberty.
Okay.
And was instrumental in recreating the ancient orc kingdom of Karafad.
I'm mistaken Krathis with, and I can't remember the player's name or the character name that the player played, but it was a friend of Shiloh who played Non-Rock. So he was his friend, and he was only there for like a few months in the game.
Few months? Psh, what a
I know, that's why I can't remember the name of the guy. But
I'm drinking.
And that was the only circle I knew him in. I never ran into him in any other thing that we did as a group. So it was only that. I don't know. But yeah. I thought that for a moment that's who you're referring to. But Krathis rung a bell. It just I was having trouble placing it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely makes sense for the God of Rage to have that song.
Prophets of Rage. The passion of freedom, diametrically opposed to the passion of slavery and bureaucracy and unfulfilling work.
Nobody likes
Nope.
For good reason.
That either.
Bad. Vestrial bad. Ragok bad.
That was the other thing. This is the first podcast I heard where they brought up Earth Dawn that I was listening to, referring back to that, because one of the rants they were playing, the guy's like, "This is why I don't play Earth Dawn anymore." And when it came back to the actual host, they're like, "What happened in Earth Dawn that made this guy so mad?" And I haven't gotten to the point where if they brought it up. So I guess I don't know if Earth Dawn ever had a moment that made people who love to call other people social justice warriors and woke get upset.
Fuck them.
Yeah, I don't. It's like I don't know what the hell they're talking about, but Earth Dawn's awesome.
Earth Dawn is awesome. Earth Dawn is the best setting. Fight me.
I fight you, but I agree.
But no,
I didn't mind Earth Dawn at all. I mean, like, despite I'm not going to fight you. I like playing in Earth Dawn, but I only played for a little bit.
What version of Earth Dawn were you running?
I was running basically First Ed Adventures, augmented for the new edition, the 4th edition.
Okay.
There's some things in 4th edition because I wanted to play test 4th edition, but I didn't want to spend too much brain power on it, come up with my own shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a stack of 1st edition adventures, and the 4th edition has got some stuff in it that I really enjoy, and some stuff that I think is dumb as shit. One of the things, and so I was kind of playtesting like, which rules am I going to use to be able to basically augment for 3rd edition, which is the main edition we played in, which is the best edition. Sorry, new FASA. Nice try. Hey, you swung for the fences, and I respect that.
Yeah.
However, no, one of the things I really like about 4th edition is that it, as I go into the weeds, they no longer have armor defeating attacks. If your success level is high enough and it tiers, instead of being armor defeating, then every tier above their basically defense score, they get to add a couple steps worth of damage. So that way your armor still holds, but you're still getting walloped. As opposed to, your armor doesn't matter anymore. Thanks for tying threads to that. Ha ha, laugh. One thing I don't like about it off the top of my head is that they make it super easy to multi-discipline, which is kind of honestly antithetical to the setting. The setting is really part of the setting is that magic, in order to access the magic of your discipline, which most other systems would call your class, you have to act and think a certain way. And if you don't, you have a thing called a talent crisis where you lose access to your abilities powered by that class, because everyone's a magic user. Earth Dawn is awesome.
Yeah, I remembered multi-classing was really difficult to do, but it was something I decided I was going to do. And and it did what I wanted to do, which is I wanted to be a toolbox. I wanted to have an answer for everything, and a different answer for everything, as opposed to hit it with a hammer.
And you were playing a mage, a caster class, and Earthdawn is the best system I've ever run into to play a caster class.
Out of the gate, I could take a hit and give a hit.
Yeah.
Not like D&D.
No, not like most other games with caster classes. Yeah, it's phenomenal. If you've never played Earthdawn, it's great. We might do an entire podcast about talking about how awesome Earthdawn is, but that's not this podcast because we only have 15 minutes left.
And Earthdawn deserves more.
We're running rapidly out of podcasts.
And I believe that I would love to have B-Dan as a guest when we do
Fuck yeah, let's do it.
So,
we're gonna plan ahead. What the hell's wrong with us?
No, come on.
When we're inviting a guest, we kind of have to be fair to. We can't just call someone up like a radio show and be like DJ host, like, you're live now on the air. I was about to take a shower.
Click.
Yep.
Yeah, no. I love Earthdawn to death. I was GMing an Earthdawn game, and then the fucking Rona happened. One thing I like, I know I was talking about getting Earthdawn back and running about now. That's obviously not happened. I did find, speaking of sponsoring people who haven't paid us, there's a local company named Geekify. So I'm looking at all my Earthdawn books longingly. They do custom builds of geeky stuff. And I think I might have mentioned them. Like, I don't own a tablet, but I kind of want to buy a really nice tablet so they can make me a custom tablet case that's sturdy, made of metal, and says in large, comforting font, "Don't panic." For the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy aficionados, which is my first sci-fi fandom after Star Wars.
That's fair.
And then, no, they also do. Excuse me. They also do large format cloth maps. So I've got the poster of Earthdawn, the 2x3 in my basement right there. And I would love to get like a 5x3 of the map of Barsave and add a bunch of extra detail into a PDF. I'd get my artist friends, hi guy, to add some details to it and such, and pay them a couple $100 to get that and have it in the room.
Ooh.
I'm getting a tingly chubby just thinking about it. Oh, so nice.
Yeah, I had two crazy ideas I wanted to do with my stairway leading to the basement, and one was originally it was to have like artist friends come and just draw like a mural.
Oh, I'd love that.
Add to it, and just anyone who's an artist
thing.
that wanted to come in, just come in and add what you want. Be as big or as small as you want on it. And my other idea is, I thought it'd be kind of cool to just do multiple maps of fantasy maps, because I've already got one.
Right.
But it's irritating. The one I got is for Lord of the Rings, but it's for some reason the map is askew, but the frame around the map's not. So it's kind of like when you look at it hanging correctly, it looks off, but you can't hang it off to look. So I think what they were trying to do is emulate laying a map on a table incorrectly or something. I don't know.
Right.
But I thought
like
about,
maybe there should be like a few extra inches showing like a table.
Yeah.
And like a tankard.
I've thought about cutting it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's just so many great fantasy maps. For Neverwinter, the map that came with that.
I've got a couple books of maps by Karen Wynne Fonstadt, who did the Atlas of Middle Earth and the Atlas of I think she might have done Forgotten Realms Atlas back in the 90s.
Wow,
they're amazing. I would love to. And like of course, I'm reading the Earthsea saga to my daughter right now, and so like having a map of the archipelago would be amazing. I don't know who else here has read Earthsea, but Earthsea is amazingly good. It is so good and so deep. Yeah, actually, like, so what I usually have right now is it's a picture of the Major from Ghost in the Shell. It's a mirror. It's actually a mirror, laser etched. But when I would GM Earth Dawn, I would put an Earth Dawn map up at the bottom of my stairwell. Earthsea is the bomb, Mr. Sheets. You are correct. No argument.
I've heard to avoid the TV show adaptation of it.
There was a sci-fi original series of the Wizard of Earthsea, or of Earthsea in general, and it's terrible.
That's what.
And not just because of production value. Ursula K. Le Guin, when I wish I could have met her, because she
awesome.
has got a wit, and she can be cutting with it. And so with Earthsea, the sci-fi show, she very simply said, paraphrasing, the greatest sin of the Earthsea television show is that they have an antagonist. They have a problem in the form of an antagonist that can be killed to solve the problem.
Yeah. And Bob, I'm with you. The saddest part about the Earthsea anime was that Studio Ghibli did it, and I saw it in Japan in a Japanese theater in Japanese, and we all went,
I've never seen the anime, and I'm going to take your advice and maybe watch it. Maybe.
Well,
maybe.
Okay, it probably is okay if you don't expect Studio Ghibli out of it.
Fair.
Or Earthsea.
Oh, not fair. Because I'm not a fan of Studio Ghibli.
But I mean,
I appreciate
what happened was that Miyazaki gave that entire show over to his son Goro to have him do it, and the style is completely different and radically out there and very strange, and I don't know, but also missed points. But I feel like they went the other direction of missed points with Ursula K. Le Guin's story pieces, like where you were talking about with the series that you were talking about. They just made it where it was just like, you could kill the bad guy, and that was the point.
Yeah, I'm a bad guy. Totes kill me to solve the problem.
Totes kill me. So, but with this one, it just, they like took the plot and meandered with it, and so it didn't make any. It was really weird. I just didn't like it.
With a name like music was pretty good. I'm too tempted to say Goro.
Yeah.
Goro.
I mean, it wasn't so bad, I guess.
Goro. And I know that from Stan Sakai. Thank you, Stan Sakai. My daughter, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, and I'm sorry if I have. My daughter has fallen in love with Usagi Yojimbo.
Who doesn't love Usagi Yojimbo, though?
Like, we watched the TV show on Netflix, which honestly, not that good.
No,
as an adult who loves the original
better.
Shit. Not that good. Nova enjoyed it quite a bit. And I'm like, it's based off all these old comics I have. Let me dig around in the crawl space for half an hour to find them. And she fell in love. Oh, my daughter. So good.
But I mean, it's but oh man.
But yeah, I just finished reading A Wizard of Earthsea to Nova, and it is so good. And now we're reading Tombs of Atuan. Tasty. Just tasty. Yeah, speaking of Ursula K. Le Guin and just author slamming people, when it came to so when J.K. Rowling got proper, and I'm going to preface this with this: J.K. Rowling and the Harry Potter books hit at the right time to get a ton of kids interested in reading, and that cannot be underestimated.
That can never be understated. You're right.
And there's problems with those books, and there's problems with the author, but there's that.
Mm-hmm.
Props to that. But there were so many people saying, "Oh, Rowling is so original. Oh, wow, School for Wizards. No one's done that before." And like J.K. Rowling, once again paraphrasing, she basically like wrote her author slam, and it's like, J.K. Rowling has many admirable qualities. Originality is not one of them.
Did she write that herself?
Yes.
Nice.
Ursula K. Le Guin raise a glass.
Oh, okay. Ursula did. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Le Guin just
no, she didn't write it. She didn't write it about herself.
That was I was going to say.
Hard.
That's seriously self-werewolves there, like
No.
right down the line.
To be able to come out and go, oh no, there's this other book I read that gave me the idea for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, before
I have many good qualities, but not originality. You know.
No, Le Guin just sat there and just dunked on Rowling, and in a way that Neil Gaiman also had some stuff to say about the Harry Potter books because they totally cribbed from some of his stuff too. I think, or at least I've been drinking. Drinking the Books of Magic comics. I thought that, which may not be Gaiman, but anyway, my bad.
No, I think Books of Magic is him.
I don't remember. I could look it up, but some total of human knowledge.
I think you're right. It's been a while since I've read them.
But yeah. Thanks, Andrea. So
keep going. You weren't done yet, were you?
No, I think I'm about done. I've been drinking.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm drinking just non-alcoholic chai and eating pumpkin scones. So
I'm drinking delicious.
I totally heard you saying eating pumpkin
rye.
skeletons, and that's even cooler.
Yeah, I made some chocolate peanut butter Rice Krispie treats today. They're all right. I haven't done that before, and I think I should have added more peanut butter, and instead of melting the chocolate chips, folded them in, so that way you'd get bursts of chocolate with the peanut butter background. Next time, darlings.
I haven't made my chocolate covered balls in a while.
Nice. Are they salty?
They're salty because it's peanut butter in it.
Awesome. I'm into it.
Yeah, I used to make those and pumpkin muffins, and I bring them to. This is back in Earthdawn days, I think.
Yeah. And then, speaking of Gaiman news, Sandman has been greenlit for season 2.
Nice.
I'm into it.
Not nearly as cool as Sandman, but Alice in Borderland's been greenlit for season 2, which
man, get that shit out of here.
Really?
I liked it.
I'm kidding.
No, man, that's actually pretty cool because I still need to watch the other half with you.
Well, I'll let you know now that it ends without explaining anything really. So you're kind of like, what's going on?
So second season's good because I'll be lost. I'm actually kind of glad then if it was questionable that if it was questionable, then I'm kind of glad that I'd forgotten about it, because if it had not gotten a second season, we could have just let it drift off into obscurity and I would have never known.
But it was good enough and left me on the edge of my seat enough that I looked up the manga so I could figure out what the hell was going on. So I read the whole thing and I'm like, there's some things they're doing different. I wonder how different they're going to do it. But it was really interesting. It was one of those where it's not a really original idea, but it's kind of original in how they present it. So when you're trying to figure it out, if you think of all the different things that it could be, you're probably going to figure it out.
Gotcha. Now, before we go, Bob is mentioning a quadruple chocolate cream pie recipe, but it's dairy free. Bob, I trust you. If it was anybody else, I'd be like, get the fuck out of here.
Right. There's no way.
But I trust you, Bob.
Yeah, so we trust Bob.
Without cream or butter.
I don't know, but I mean, Bob could do it, but nobody else could.
Yeah.
For those of you who do not know, our friend Bob is an exquisite chef. Also makes good donuts. Just saying. I'm still, sad.
I never got any Dungeon and Donuts dice. I'm sad.
I
know you have them. So I just need to steal yours is what I need.
Right. I don't know. If you asked real nicely, Bob might have some somewhere. I'm saying that totally as if Bob is like, I don't know. I have no idea what I'm saying.
At least he didn't try a promotional where it's like every 100th donut has a die in it.
Crunch! My teeth.
Andrea versus Bob. Bake.
Bake off. I always thought we should do some kind of, mainly because Tara loves watching Bake Off challenges, and I catch them peripherally, that we should do some kind of baking challenge and have our wives as the judges.
What?
Yep. I bought a set last year.
That's too.
I bought the last set ever.
Judging. Ever.
Well, no, it would have to be something where it would be blind judging, so they don't know who's serving what.
Oh.
And it would have to be something where it's not like it couldn't be fried chicken, because right away everybody know, well, that's clearly Troy's thing, because
it's brownies that got y'all beat.
Right. If it's fudge,
crushed.
I'm not even going. If it's fudge,
crushed.
I'm throwing in my hat right away. But yeah, it'd have to be something that we're not known for.
I hate to say this, but I'm gonna have to move.
Yeah,
on.
you got to go do a thing now.
GTFO, Davis.
Right.
All right, but yeah, we'll wrap up, and you go do your thing, and then Alex and I'll sit here and talk about you behind your back afterwards.
Sounds like a thing.
All right, thank you.
I will see you guys later.
Yeah, like and
That's
subscribe.
all the time we have for today. I've been Guy.
I've been Troy.
And as always, I am Alex.
And this is Geek Tank.